Hey, I just want to say hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to the Quick Start. We're going to go over charts, software, and magnets. And some of you know who I am. I'm Lee Goldstein, the trading director at 10 Minute Trades. Just wanted to show my face and welcome everyone. Thank you for coming. Okay, can you hear and see just fine? Just give me a heads up. Good sound and vision. Thank you, Ranjit. Appreciate it. Okay, so we're here for what I think is a very important webinar. We had a really good day today, and it's been a very interesting week. It always is an interesting week. Once again, my name is Lee Goldstein. I'm the trading director, trader, and moderator. I'm the guy that you're going to deal with at 10 Minute Trades. Please remember, I'm not a financial advisor. All the trades we discuss, everything that we do is for educational purposes. Please just be aware you can lose money trading futures. For all of you that are here and you're members, I want to thank you for being a member. We really do value your trust. I look forward to helping all of you. And if you're new and you're not a member yet, then just sit back, relax, and enjoy the education. If you're a member, if you're new, the first thing you want to do is sign up and create an account. So let's say, you bought the Mastery program. Just double check and make sure that you go to this link and it will bring you to our website and it'll allow you to sign up, okay? It's not the login site. It's slightly different. So let me just show everybody. It's easier if I show you. Give me half a second. And when you go to that link, it'll ask you it takes like less than a minute to do this. And once you put in your name and your email, it'll then allow you to get to the website. And that's the key. That link will get you to a screen that says enter your name, your password, create a password, and your email. Then you'll see the tabs on the left. There's a Pro Trade Room tab, Weekly Market Movers, Daily Market Movers, News Trader Software, an older Quick Start. That's how you access, for instance, the DMM reports. You would click DMM, click it again, and then you can download the current DMM report. You can do the same thing with the weekly schedule. Anyone can create a login for themselves, but if you're a member, you'll get some extra treats. You'll get an area of the software. Most people don't pay attention to it, but there are a whole bunch of videos. We now have some trade room recordings, and there's a lot of extra things you can get. You can download the software. There's a video on how to install the software. If you go to Quick Start, then there's individual videos on all sorts of things. Remember, in the trade room, if you're not new, I always mention, go and watch the trap trade video. Well, this is an older trap trade video, which is a reversal trade that we have. It's a great education. Everybody should do it. Learn about the tools that you're using so you can be successful. So create your account. Okay? A lot of people don't even know who we are. We've been around now for 8 years. We started as joebracketbreakout.com, and in fact, that's still our name. It's just we don't advertise that name because it's a crazy name. It's crazy. We changed our name briefly to thenewstraders.com, and we realized it's still not really our identity. And then quite a few years ago, we changed to 10 Minute Trades. It defines the type of trading that we do. Almost every trade that we take is less than 10 minutes on average, certainly, and some of them are less than a minute or two. If you need help, any kind of help, you have a question, please email us anytime, help@10minutetrades.com. We're very good about getting back to our emails. Every now and then we're a little bit slow if we've got something special going on, but overall, real good about being responsive, help at 10minutetrades.com and we will help you. We trade appointment-based trading. We use the NinjaTrader platform and we're trading futures, okay? When we're doing earnings, we're not trading stocks, all right? I wish I had $100 for every time someone asks me, are you trading stocks? No, we have a really unique way of trading stock earnings, selected stock earnings, but we're using futures. We're using the NinjaTrader platform. And then just another quick heads up, our system doesn't automatically create your membership, okay? So once again, make sure you use that link to create your account. Very easy, and it'll bring you to this screen. That's what I wanted to show you. That's how you're going to create your log. Once you've created your account, this is how you log in. 10minutetrades.com/login. 10minutetrades.com/login. Okay, bookmark the page. Very, very easy to deal with. Then you want to get involved with NinjaTrader. Okay, we use NinjaTrader for our software. It's a separate third-party trading platform. We are not affiliated with NinjaTrader. We don't receive commissions from NinjaTrader. We're an authorized NinjaTrader partner, though. That means they have vetted us and they feel that we are an honorable company, and that is the truth. We're transparent, we tell the truth, and we are an authorized partner. And we had to go through a lot of vetting in order to make that happen, and we're really proud of it. We use NinjaTrader because it's one of the best platforms for trading futures. They have the most in the way of strategy and indicator add-ons. It's reliable. They have good tech support. They have a free version. There's really lots and lots of good things to say about NinjaTrader. NinjaTrader.com, www.ninjatrader.com. Another reminder, what we do can be traded in a cash account, in a prop account, any account that you want, you can trade the way that we trade. The key with any type of trading is learn the tools, learn the process. Don't rush. Don't be a live trader in one day. Trade in sim until you're ready to go. Some prop companies that our members are currently using, and many members are getting paid from these companies, Apex, Lilu, Bullnox, they all allow news trading right now. Just check with the company you want to use. Many of them allow our style of trading. We have a system, and it's a very simple system, but it is a system. We have software, and we have elements that make up our system. We have our weekly schedules, our daily trade reports, trade room access, and the software. All of those things make up our system. The weekly schedule is very simple, easy to understand. It shows the events we're going to trade each week. It has the trade room schedule when it opens, the instruments we're going to trade. That is subject to change, and I want to make people clear about that. The schedule is created early in the week, or I should say it's created quite a few days before the new week begins. So just keep in mind, schedules and instruments can be subject to change, okay? Subject to change. We use the NinjaTrader platform, okay? NinjaTrader platform. Our daily market movers is our daily trade reports. Not every event has a daily trade report. Many of them do. The daily trade reports help you to learn and understand how certain events are traded. But I cannot stress more how important it is to come into the trade room, because in the trade room we are discussing the current market, how the current setup might change, whether it's going to change, not change. It often changes. That's the reality of trading events. The markets are volatile, so they change quite a bit. And then another important element is our software. JOB Software Suite 11. We're in the middle of a name change. We're calling it NewsTrader Pro at the moment. And when you download it now, it will be the new version. It's called NewsTrader Pro. But don't panic if you see something anywhere that says JOBB. Our software has had that name for 8 years, and it's hard to find every area on our website and even in the software where the name shows up. So JOBB, NewsTrader Pro, same thing. Our software is awesome, in my opinion. It automates your trade entries. It automates a tremendous amount of what we do, but not when we don't want to be automated. There's plenty of times when we want to trade discretionary, when we want to make a decision if we want to enter the market. Our software has multiple setups. It has many different ways to trade during, after, and before the news. And that's one of the big things we're going to talk about today. It's also a super ATM. So what do I mean by a super ATM? It is an automated trade manager. It handles your trade. So you don't have to use the language built into NinjaTrader. You don't have to learn it. Now, Joe is asking, will the system work in TOS? In other words, can I put in the trade stops manually in TOS? Absolutely. So the key to trading with another platform besides NinjaTrader, which absolutely can be done. In particular, there are certain setups that we have that are really very manageable if you don't use NinjaTrader. The magnets, for instance, very manageable, whether you use our software or not. Of course, our software has tremendous benefits. And I'm not just saying that because it's not true. We've written special strategies so that you get these benefits. But certain types of trades, TOS has, I believe it has, chart trading, and you can move your orders on the chart. As long as you can move your orders on the chart, or you have a great DOM in your software, then you can trade along with us, even if you don't want to use NinjaTrader. However, in this day and age, you don't have to spend very much to use NinjaTrader. Prop accounts. You can get a prop account for $17 or $18 a month. It includes everything you need to trade and learn with us. Then when you're ready, you can always get a full-blown NinjaTrader account if you decide you want to fund it and trade with cash. So you don't have to spend a lot of money anymore to learn to be a trader. Years ago, you had to come up with $4,000 to $15,000, $20,000 to get started because you had to fund an account. It doesn't work that way anymore. You can learn for very little money. See if you can be a good trader. You don't have to lose money learning like we all did in the old days. It's much better now. And you can use prop accounts, like I said. Our software is a super ATM. You don't have to learn all the programming languages of NinjaTrader. All you have to do is learn the easy way that our software works, and I'll show some of the ways that it works. I'm going to quickly talk about why do our trades work? What triggers them? We have these events, and we find these events on the calendars. Forex Factory, Investing.com, all of those calendars, Econoday, any of the calendars you like, they have tons of events that we backtest and we play them back and learn which ones are the best ones. They work. The ones that we choose, they work because when the news has a forecast, for instance, if they think there's going to be 100 barrels of oil around today and there's 1,000, that means that there's too much oil around and that might be bearish for the price. That volatility gets created because the news that comes out is different from the forecast. We trade that volatility. We don't know if we're going to go long or short. What we know is the event we trade is going to move the market. Those are the events we're looking to trade. And there are categories of those events: high impact economic reports, big company earnings reports. We love trading earnings. Markets open and closes and times around those times. There's hundreds of these events in these categories. We find the best ones. We use all the various calendars, Any calendar is okay by me. I love Forex Factory. I love investing.com. We love Financial Juice. We like FX Street, Econoday. There's so many. Trading Economics is a new one we've been using. There's a simple key to our system. If you need to trade 50 times a day, then you should leave the webinar and do something else. We are not the right place to be. If you can be patient, understand the markets, and happy trading 3 to 5 fantastic trades each week, that is the key to success. The best of the best, not over trading, waiting for the best moments to trade. I can't tell you how many years it takes most people to learn that the more they trade, the worse they do. If you have faith in the system and understand that if you trade the best of the best reports, you're going to have a way to make money. If you just over trade over and over again, it's not going to work out. That is the truth. So understand it's not the quantity of the trades, it is unequivocally the quality. We have something called family money trades. Those are like our super best of the best. Family money trades are trades. It started as kind of a joke between my daughter and myself. We said, "Hey, you know what? Why don't you let me trade your money on that trade? We'll open up an account for you." And bingo, that's how family money trades came about. It's a trade I would trade my own family's money on. That's all it is. Trades we have complete faith in. Trades that we trade over and over. Trades that have a history of making money for a decent period of time. And that's the key, a decent period of time. A family money trade is not going to be a trade that had two good events every now and then. It's going to be either it could be a new trade that's been fantastic and it's had 3, 4, 5 fantastic events in a row. That could be a family money trade, but more often than not, they're trades that are tested. We've been trading for a while and they've been performing for quite a decent amount of time. Trades like the U.S. jobs report, Amazon earnings. We've got some earnings trades that are family money trades. Then, of course, a super important element, we have our trade room. You can trade live with me every day almost, watching over my shoulder. I usually take the trades either in our real money account, our SIM account. If a trade isn't worth trading, it might be an educational room, or in our prop account. We have prop accounts. Trade with me. You should take every trade in simulation that I take so that you can learn. If you want to do this for real, trade in simulation as soon as you can, as soon as you're set up. Don't trade live money. Practice, practice, practice. That's the key. So, first thing I want to do today, just out of curiosity, how many people out there are currently trading now? How many of you are actually trading right now and trading futures? Just type in, let me know what you're trading. What are you trading? So I see we have a very nice sized group here. What's everybody out there trading? So we've got some people trading stocks. What else? What else? Anybody else? Come on. Okay, some folks are not trading yet. We've got some ES traders. Okay, not so much futures for some of you. Okay, so a lot of people are afraid of futures, and it's a lot of times it's because we tend to be afraid of something that we're not familiar with. But futures are really very similar to trading a stock if you think about it. The reason we like to trade futures is because they're leveraged. So you could have a reasonably small amount of money in your account and you could make a decent profit. And that's one of the reasons people gravitate to futures. With stocks also, there's a lot of rules. You can't buy and sell a stock over and over the same day. There's too many rules and they only let you do it a couple of times. So futures you can trade over and over and over. There's no penalties for doing it, and they're actually very simple to learn and understand. So This is a quick start. This was geared, in a sense, for people that just joined up with us or want a refresh of what we're doing. But I will answer any question you have, so please feel free. Usually I'll wait till the end of the webinar to answer all your questions. All right, so let me back up. I'm going to show you how to set up your charts exactly like mine. All right, so when you first start out with NinjaTrader, the platform, it kind of looks goofy when you first load it. You don't have a second chart usually, and sometimes you only get what I call the control panel. But let's say when you've loaded your NinjaTrader, you've got one brand new chart, okay? So first step is, how do you create a new chart so you could create your charts and trade with us? So just go to New, go to Chart, choose the instrument, and you can choose any one of the default instruments. Usually the ES is going to be up there. Mine are going to be, the way NinjaTrader works, the charts that you most recently used are at the top of your list. I love gold. I trade gold all the time. So you just choose an instrument, and then everything that shows up on the right side is what we call default. You don't have to change anything. Just check that the trade is on the minute. The type is a 1 minute chart. Okay, the value is minute and 1. Days to load is no more than 5. And the only other really important issue is trading hours should be default. Use instrument settings. Okay it. And once you okay that, NinjaTrader opens up a brand new chart window for you. Okay? And that's what we're going to concentrate on. We have a brand new chart, and it's got gold on it because that's the instrument we asked for. So that's fine. We're happy using gold. So I'll make a little bit of extra room. First thing we're going to do, it's not complicated, but if you notice the price is so close to the margin here, I'm going to right click the chart and I'm going to click Properties, and I'm going to make my right side margin a 50 for argument's sake. And then I'm going to apply it and okay it. And now I just have a little bit of space in between the margin. If I hold down the mouse, the left mouse button, I can move the chart up. If I just hold the left mouse button, I can move it side to side. If you see that arrow, just click it and it puts the chart back to default. This is now default. There's no indicators, there's no nothing. Hey, how do I enter a trade? I need my chart trader. So up here, there's an icon for the chart trader. Click that. Click on chart trader, turn it on. That's the chart trader. If you don't have our software, it's one way you can buy at the market, sell the market, etc. Now, there's a couple of things you want to do if you have chart trader, okay? You're going to right click on the blank space. Margin means just that you have space in between your candle and the pricing, just so that you don't make a mistake because everything's so close. That's all. So once your chart trader's on the chart, there's some properties you might want to give to your chart trader. Right click the blank space and click on Properties. And a couple of things I'm going to do. P&L, Profit and Loss Display Unit. I personally like to see the money when I'm making a trade, so I put it on currency. I also like to see if I've made money or not after I'm out of the trade. Show realized profit and loss P&L when flat. So I check that also, and then I apply it and okay it. And if you notice, now the money shows up in here, okay? And it's going to be in dollars. If you want it to show points, it can show points, it can show ticks, whatever you want. Okay, so that's one thing I do. Another very important part of our trading is knowing what time it is. So we have this great tool called Topmost Clock. All right. When you join up with us in our trade room, you can download a free file called Topmost Clock, and it allows you to know what time it is all the time. To use the clock, you just put your cursor dead center, hold it down. You can move the clock around, left mouse button. Right mouse button opens up your settings, and you can change the colors, change the time, and arrange the clock so it's exactly the way you like it. What I do is after I've downloaded the program, I go to search, I type in topmost clock, and it will open the app. Topmost clock app. I right click that. This goes for almost any app that you use all the time, and you will pin it to the taskbar. Pin it to the taskbar. Then when I want to use the clock, like if I get into the trade room and we're ready to go, all I have to do is click the icon on my taskbar. Boom, I've got my clock ready to go. So when you join with us, we have that file for free. And it is a free download on the internet. It's called Topmost Clock. So highly recommend it. We've been using it for 8 years. It's a great, great little widget, whatever you want to call it. Then the most important thing now is we want to set up, you want to make sure that when you're trading with us, that you're in time sync. Keep in mind that what we are doing is trading on a schedule. Every week, I make a schedule and I send it to our members. For instance, this is last week's schedule, all right? Every week we get this schedule, but if you notice, the events have a trigger time. Some of these events take place exactly to the nanosecond at the time they're supposed to. So when you're trading with us, you want to make sure that your computer is in proper time sync. We go to a website called time.is. www.time.is. When you go to that website, it checks your computer, time.is, to see if it's in sync. If it is, it'll tell you your computer is in sync, time.is, all right? If it's not in sync, we have a program you can download for free. Again, I'm big on free tools. As many free tools as I can supply to you, I want to supply to you. We want to, trade as reasonably priced as humanly possible. So we have 2 programs that we give to our members. If you're a member now, when you come into the trade room, there's a file section, and in the file section, there's a program called D4 Time, Dimension 4, and there's a program called PT Sync, Karen's Time Sync. Both of those programs are simple to use time sync programs. If your computer, for instance, is not in sync, those programs load up. They look like they all look very similar. They have a sync now button. They have servers that you could sync to, because there's dozens of servers all over the country. Doesn't matter which one you choose, but you just generally press the sync now button a couple of times. You'll see the synchronized line change, and that is what puts you in sync. Okay? That's easy. Then all you have to do is go back to time.is to check that you're now in sync. If you get a message that you're not in sync, you use one of those tools, and then you go back to time.is after you use the tool. Make sure that you're in sync. Think about it this way. If you have a jobs report that's supposed to come out exactly at 8:30, and I mean exactly to the nanosecond, if your computer is 4 seconds out of sync, that out of sync could cause you to have a losing trade when it could have been a fantastic winner. So you want to make sure that you follow the process, use the tools, and just make sure that your computer is ready to trade. It's easy and it's free. Okay, so now we want to set up our charts in particular for the next portion of our webinar, magnets. Why do we set up our charts? I make our charts as easy as possible. What you need are the following. Right click, click on indicators. The first thing I'm going to use, and these are all indicators that are part of NinjaTrader, and only one of them costs money, but we have a free solution, of course, and I'll explain what I mean. The first one that we use is current day OHL, open, high, low. Double click it, it installs, okay it. You don't have to do anything to this indicator. It plots three lines, an open, a high, and a low. The high is green, the red is low, apply it, okay it. Now on your chart, you'll see them. They're all there, okay? I like those colors. They work for me, all right? They work for me. Next, I'm going to load, right-click, indicators, net change display, all right? Another great free indicator. Why do I like it? I'll show you. Double-click it. Net change display, very simple to set up. Depending on the instrument, that's going to determine what the unit is. Something like the NASDAQ, the ES, they calculate those instruments in points. Like when you get up in the morning, you turn on MSNBC, NBC, and they say the NASDAQ is up 20 points. Or they'll say gold is up $10 or gold is up 10 points. So when you're trading gold or the NASDAQ, just make sure your unit is points. It could be ticks, it could be percent, it could be currency. Try to make it similar to what that instrument is, and I'll tell you why. So gold, I like to look at points, and the location of this indicator, I like at the bottom right of my chart, so it's out of the way of everything else. Apply it and okay it. Now what's going to happen is, as soon as there's a price calculation, you'll notice just a little number shows up bottom right where I told it to show up, and it says 19.7. You have an immediate look at whether gold is bullish or bearish at the moment, and it's being calculated from last evening's open, because when we set up our chart in the beginning, we used the default, and the default trading hour template was use instrument settings. Remember this screen? This was the screen that came up when we created a new chart, okay? And one of the items on this is trading hours, and it was already set to use instrument settings. What that does is it calculates our pivots, our highs and lows, our net change display from when the markets reopened the evening before. That's when I believe the markets really open, okay? They open not at 9:30. They've already been trading for many hours. So most traders really are looking at the markets from the previous evening before. There are ways that you can calculate from 9:30 as well, but we use the values that we use. We have our settings based on those, and they're very, very workable, and they work. And you'll see why they work when we talk about the magnet trades. So we've got the net change display. It's giving us an idea immediately just by looking at the number that gold might be very bullish today. It's in green and it's a 20. It's telling me that gold is up $20 from last evening. And if I look at a longer time frame chart by going up to the 1 minute down arrow and just changing the time frame to a 30-minute chart, you can get a pretty good feel. Gold was very bullish, okay, up until 6:30 in the morning when it sold off, but it's come back almost 60%, and now it's gone down a little bit, but it's still 50% back from creating a new low last night. Gold is bullish at the moment. Gold has been on a bull run like you cannot believe in general. Gold has lots of volatility during the day. It's one of my favorite instruments to trade with magnets. Net change display is just a quick and great way to see whether the market you're looking at is bullish, bearish, very quickly and easily. Okay. Let me answer a couple of quick questions. I'll get into the VWAP in a second, no problem. All right. And the clock is called topmost clock. Okay. And it's in our trade room, NASCII, so you can get it the next time you come in the trade room. I'll show you where it is. Okay. Topmost clock. Now we've got pivots. Right click, click indicators again, and we go to pivots. Pivots free. Double click. Shows you the pivots that are going to be placed on the chart. One change I like to make, the PP, I like it to be black. So I just click that little arrow and change the color. It's so easy, no big deal. Change it to black, and we have black pivots. PP. Apply it, okay it. And now we have our pivots on the chart. We've got our highs and lows. We've got our candles. We've got our chart trader. Okay. Then we have the one final piece, the resistance, the VWAP. Love the VWAP. Now, the VWAP, if you are a lifetime NinjaTrader subscriber, the VWAP is free. Right click the chart, click indicators, and you go to volume. Let's see what we go to. I always forget, but we'll find out in a second. Order flow, VWAP. Double click, and then we make one change to it. We take the standard bands, which is set to 3, standard deviation bands, and we set it to 0. It's the only change, set it to none, that we make. Apply it and OK it. And now what it's going to do is put a VWAP as a line on our chart. And that's how we like to deal with the VWAP. We want to deal with it as a line because the VWAP is a phenomenal magnet. And then we're going to get into what a magnet is. So if you're a lifetime NinjaTrader subscriber, that VWAP is available to you. If you're not, there is a free VWAP. It's exactly the same. I haven't seen any differences in it. And because I'm such a very nice person, and I really am, let me put it in the chat for anybody that wants the free VWAP. So BJ, here you go. Here's a free VWAP. Let me see if it'll let me send it. You know, they've got all these new rules these days. So hang on. VWAP. Let me see if it'll let me put it in the chat. It's not letting me send it for some reason. You know what? I can't send it right now. It might be because it's a link that it's protected. So it'll be in the recording. I'll make sure that it shows up in the recording so anybody knows where to get it. All right. That's the VWAP. It's in our trade room. You just go to that location and you wind up here. Okay. If you just do a Google search, VWAP NinjaTrader, you'll find it for free. Okay. And you can download it if you don't have our link. All right. Very easy. The setup is the same. Setup is the same that we made. Right click, indicators. So if you have, let's say you have an indicator and you're new to NinjaTrader and you don't know how to get it into the software, you go to Tools, Import, NinjaScript add-on, then find the file you just downloaded, and NinjaTrader will open this dialog, and you just double click the dialog, save it, or open it, and it will install it into your NinjaTrader. Then when you right click the chart and go to indicators, you'll see that VWAP there. Okay. For us, because we're a free NinjaTrader lifetime partner, we just get it with order flow VWAP, but the setup is the same. You're going to do what you saw me do. Standard deviation bands go to none. Okay? So now these are all the important levels that we use. There's one other tool that I use that is not free, but I like it a lot, and it's called the Squeeze. A lot of people have heard about it. We talk about it in our trade room. We don't need it to do what we do, but it can help with after the news trading. And on my other charts, I usually use the Squeeze on my charts in general. It's this indicator. It's a momentum indicator that was made famous by John Carter and Hubert Senners, made famous by them. And if you email us, help@10minutetrades.com, we can let you know where to find various squeezes. We do have a free momentum indicator in our trade room files as well. All right. So now we're going to come into, let me put my presentation back. Let me get rid of the clock. We don't need the time. So I've showed you how to set up your charts just like mine. Are there any questions about setting up the charts? Anybody? Was it too fast? Is it clear? I think it was pretty straightforward. I don't see any questions, all right? So looks like we're good. Looks like we're good. Next, what we're going to do is I just want to do a very quick, this is not the webinar to download and install the software, but let me just show quickly. If you're new, we send you a software installation PDF, okay? We send you this PDF. Now, you can't use our software unless you send us your machine ID. So don't get any crazy ideas that you're going to download our software and use it without paying for it. You can't. You can't. But I'm just kidding. I think everyone knows that you need to send us your machine ID. Now, the VWAP, Andreas, is for NinjaTrader. This is all for NinjaTrader. When you join, we send you this sheet, and it's got 3 links. Our software is made up of 3 files. They install into NinjaTrader just like the indicator installed, and they become literally a part of NinjaTrader. So let's say, for argument's sake, you want to download the magnet strategy. So on our PDF, we have the magnet. You just click, and you'll get this screen. And this is important. People get confused when they try to download a Google Drive file. You don't have to worry about the files in the middle. It doesn't matter that it's a zip file. For heaven's sake, don't unzip it. Just click the little down arrow and download the file. That's all you have to do. When it's done downloading, you'll get a heads up. There's the heads up. That's the name of the file. All you have to remember is, where is that file? Because you're going to go back to NinjaTrader, okay? Going to go back to NinjaTrader. You're going to go to Tools. You're going to go to Import, NinjaScript Add-on. It's going to open that dialog, and there's the magnet in my download folder. I'm going to double-click it, and I'm going to install it. All I do is double-click it. It starts to install. It gives you a warning. Is it a virus? Of course it's not a virus, so you can just okay it, all right? And it's then going to install the program. And if you've never installed our software before, it's just going to give you a message, successfully installed. Sometimes, if you have used our software before, you might get a question where the existing file on your PC is newer than the one you're trying to import. Never replace a newer file. Always keep the newer file, okay? Just remember that. Always keep a newer file. Then when it's done installing, and it doesn't take very long, it'll be done. What you have to do when a program is done installing, you have to reboot your NinjaTrader. You could save your workspace, okay? Reboot your NinjaTrader, then restart it up, okay? Give me a second. After you install the program, and then the strategy will be ready for you to use it. It will not be usable until you reinstall your NinjaTrader, okay? You have to do that. It's a must. Then, after you've done that, if you want to know where the strategy is, right-click, click on Strategies, and then you're going to see JOBB is the breakout strategy, the trap trade is our second strategy, the magnet trade is our third strategy, okay? That's how you install a strategy. So you got to do that 3 times, all right? In theory, you could install all 3 at once and then reboot if you want to save time, okay? So that's how you install and download the software. So I showed you how to download the software. I showed you how to call up the software. I showed you the clock. I talked about the squeeze. So now all of these things are going to be part of software and software setups, making adjustments, risk that you take. We have a trap trade setup, which is a reversal setup, and we have a magnet setup. The magnet is what we're going to work on today. What's a magnet? That's the most important thing we can get into. Why do I love it so much? Here's a magnet. All this time that we spent, all this 15 minutes, right? 20 minutes, putting these items on our chart, right? Highs of days, pivots, VWAP. These are magnets. Magnets are popular areas on the chart, popular price areas that many traders all look at. Tons of traders put these elements on their charts and trade around them. Magnets are areas, popular areas on the chart that attract and repel price. So we wrote a strategy to take advantage of that behavior, and that's called the magnet strategy. It's actually a 2-part strategy, all right? It's got the main, what I consider its main strategy, which is the high of day, low of day magnet. Remember, the green is the high of day, the red is the low of day. Now, we just happen to be in the middle of those areas, so that's not a very good time to take a magnet trade because it's nowhere near where we are right now. That's fine. But magnets also, we have a custom magnet strategy. The custom magnet strategy allows you to use any price on the chart as a magnet. So if you love trading Fibonacci's, for instance, which are very popular, you can set up a custom magnet around fibs, or the VWAP is a custom magnet strategy, okay? So the idea behind a magnet is it's an area that gets tested over and over during the day, and we want to try and trade it the best times. So just to give an example, this morning, today we had a whole bunch of trade rooms. The first trade room, I noticed, hey, it looks like gold is going to have a magnet. And this is what the charts looked like right as we were leaving the room. And I decided I'm going to put a magnet trade on here. So our software puts on a trade that tests the low of the day. If you notice, not only was the low of the day there, but the PP pivot was there, And yesterday's open was there. That's like a triple magnet. That's like, holy, I mean, it's like a gift. It's really going to probably work because you got three magnets pulling the price. It doesn't happen all that often, but it happens. So we set up a high of day, low of day magnet. And in not very long, it hits my entry, which is the thick line. It chopped around for a few minutes. I moved my stop to where I thought was a reasonable place to put it, and that's everybody has different areas where they're going to move their stops. And I just wound up, I was doing something else. I had the chart open, and I thought maybe I lost it, that it was going against me. But long story short, bingo. Shoots through the magnet, winning trade. That was today, prop account. Then we were in the natural gas room. And we had a natural gas trade. And let me show you what happened here. So end of the trade, I noticed natural gas really negative today. I love the high of day, low of days. They're my favorite magnets. I set up a magnet to trade the low of the day. I left the room because we were done. And I just left it on, natural gas, put the time on. I realized I was recording. I wanted to make sure the time was on. Got filled. Bingo. Second magnet today, prop account. Then we went to the oil room. We had an oil trade. And this is just today, and I'm not kidding. This is all real. Oil, strange day. We don't usually have oil on Thursdays. I'm not crazy about oil on Thursdays, but it is what it is. And I noticed oil had a potential magnet. Filled me. There it goes. Bingo. High of day. Magnet trade on oil. 3 in a row. That's why I love magnets. It can be extremely reliable if you trade them at the right time. A magnet, one more time, is an area on the chart that often attracts price because so many people look at those same areas and they trade around them and they put lots of orders around them and they attract price. That's why it does that. So the high of day, low of day magnet, let me look for a different instrument just to see what's going on in the markets today. See if anything's closer. So, wow, NQ's down quite a bit. No magnets. No, I prefer high of day, low of day. Those are my main magnets that I trade. But let me just show you how we set it up. So you right click the chart, click on strategy, double click the magnet, and the high of day, low of day magnet is very, very simple to set up. It's labeled high of day, low of day. We have a proximity value. When we first designed the trade, the proximity value really mattered a lot. Now it doesn't matter all that much because we have the ability to move our orders. When we first designed the trade, we couldn't move our orders. But I like to just make the proximity of 5%. Everything else doesn't really need to be changed for a quick and dirty magnet trade. We have an offset where it's going to take you out of the trade 3 ticks before you get to the magnet. Okay? So that's automatically in the software, and it has a 20 tick stop built in. So for argument's sake, if I want to trade a high of day, low of day magnet, I just choose high of day, low of day. The only thing I'm changing is the percent proximity to a 5. I've already got one position as my default. That's how it's set. The stop is default 20. I'm going to go down. I like to label all my trades. So if I'm trading the NQ, I label it NQ magnet. Choose the account you're trading. I'm on Sim to teach this lesson. Apply it and OK it. And that puts the strategy in the control panel. Make sure you can see your highs and your lows, because this is the high and low strategy. Enable the trade, and all of a sudden we've got this thick line. That's my long entry. And we've got this thick line below. That's my short entry. If I only want to trade short, I turn off the long. Okay? If I only want to trade long, turn off the short. Right now, I'm not going to really trade a magnet. Okay? I'm not set up to trade it automatically at the moment. Right now, you can just watch it. If you want to make it automatic, just press the magnet entry button. When that button is purple, the trade is automated. When the price gets to this thick green line, it'll put me in the market and it will take me out at the magnet, the high of the day. If the price goes down and it pierces this red thick line, it'll put me in the market short and take me out of the trade 3 ticks before it gets to the magnet, right? 3 ticks, remember I said it was set up with a 3 tick offset. You can change that just by changing a number in the software. All right, our software, if it's enabled, you have to disable it to make changes, which makes sense. The magnet is there. If I wanted to make the target go through the magnet, I could make it a 3 instead of a -3, and that would be an exit 3 ticks past the magnet, 3 ticks through it, okay? That's all I had to do to set up a simple, quick, high of day, low of day magnet. Real simple to set up. If you want to change the stop, just change the stop, okay? Make it bigger, make it smaller, up to you. You have the ability to choose any account in the magnet, okay? You also have the ability to trade long only or short only. Also, when the magnet gets to the point where it's a valid trade, it makes a sound. So if you're not looking at the chart, you'll hear it when it's time to enter. Any instrument can be used as a magnet. Why not? Any instrument. Any instrument. I'll say that 1,000 times. You like to trade the ES? Use the ES. The ES has the VWAP. The ES has highs of day, right? No reason why you can't use the ES as well. Let me just make sure I'm covering anything important. So you can use 2 positions, right? You can have a 2-position trade. It's really very simple. And that's really the main way to use the magnet trade, okay? Most everything else that you see here is default and doesn't get changed. You could also not trade a magnet till a certain time of day, and you have the ability to start at a certain time and end at a certain time. That turned out to be something we don't really use. I mean, it's just, I thought that would be more meaningful, and it really is a feature. We never use it. But it's there, all right? It's in the software. You can trail. Our software supports trailing stops. But the key I wanted to do is show you how to set up a magnet. So let me do it again. Start from scratch. I wish it was a time of day where we were right at a high of day, low of day magnet, because that, like I said, it's my favorite, most reliable magnet, in my opinion, maybe other than the VWAP. The VWAP, I'll show you how to set up a VWAP magnet also. So you're watching the market and you say to yourself, wow, I think this market is going to test the high of the day. Or, you know what? Wow, the NASDAQ's really down today. I think we're going to get a test of this low of the day magnet. Right-click the chart, click Strategies, double click magnet. High of day, low of day is default. I like to make the proximity 5 or 10 just because it's not too far away from the actual magnet. The bigger the number, the further away the fill will be from the magnet. But remember, we can move that line, and I'll show you. So let's say we make that line a 20. I've already got one position built in. I've got my stop built in. I don't have to do anything except I like to label my magnet. If it's an NQ, I like to label it because I might have more than one trade in the control panel. I want to know which one is which. And I always need to choose my account. I might be trading it in my prop account. I might be trading it in cash. Apply it, okay it. That puts it in the control panel. Make sure your tabs are on strategies. If you're not on strategy, you won't see your strategy. To turn the strategy on, enable it. There's my magnet. See how that bigger number made the fill much further away from the actual magnet? Maybe I don't want to get filled until up here, so I can move the order. That's why proximity doesn't matter much. And yes, there will be recordings. Absolutely. All right. So you can move your magnet, put it where you like. That's why it's great for custom. Even when you use the high of day, low of day, not everybody may want to be filled in the exact same place. Okay. So you can move the orders. Then, as I showed you, if you want to make it automatic, right now, what will happen is if price gets to this red entry line, it'll blink purple and it'll make a sound. So you can zip over and you could turn the trade on and enter the trade by clicking magnet entry. What if you wanted to enter it right now? I could press the enter now button and it chooses the magnet it's closest to. If you use the enter now button, you should always make sure you only have one direction chosen. Okay? Just so there's no confusion. Have one direction chosen. All right? Enable the magnet. You can move your orders. Okay? If you so choose. And if you're going to go early, choose the turn off the direction you're not trading, okay? So turn off long, but you can enter now just by clicking enter now. If one of my favorite ways to use the magnet, okay, the way that I use the magnet, my favorite way, is to make it automatic. If you press the entry button, and by the way, if you hover over the entry button, it shows you your buy and your sell. All right? It shows you what it is. If you make the button purple, the magnet trade will take place automatically. Okay? And the word fill means your order was entered into the market. You were filled. Yep. That means you're in the trade if you get filled. Exactly. So now my trade is automatic. So that's the high of day, low of day magnet. Let me check if there's any questions. There will be a recording of this, any instrument. So I've answered everybody's questions. So now what if you have a custom magnet? What if you want to trade, for instance, maybe we want to trade the VWAP. We're a little bit close to the VWAP, all right? But it might be a possible magnet trade. It's possible. Let me just restart because I don't want anything on the chart. Let's say you just traded a sim trade and you want to reset to 0. Go to the account tab. Click on your sim account that you used, right-click it, edit the account, reset the account. Clear history is default, yes. Okay, and now everything is back to normal. We're going to miss this VWAP, but it's okay. Right click, strategies, magnet trade. Instead of high of day, low of day, we're going to choose custom level. With the custom level magnet, type in where you want to exit. So if you want to use the VWAP as your magnet, that's really where you want your exit to be, right? So you're going to type in 22089-80. All right. We have a position. You could leave everything the way it is. All right. We've chosen our level. Let's see what happens if we do that. Let's just see what happens. Apply it, okay it, enable it. We have a line right at our VWAP. Okay. That's the magnet. But I don't really want to exit, right? I want to enter somewhere around here. That's our exit, right? I spoke wrong. I meant to say the magnet. That's not our entry. I think I did say that's our exit. But the line, we're just making it easy for you. If you type the magnet in and make that your habit, you'll always know you're going to move the line to get filled. All right? You're not going to want to be filled at the magnet. You want to exit at the magnet. In this case, I want to get filled, somewhere around here. I can put it on automatic, and if price changes direction and goes up, it'll fill me on this line here. Okay? Any level on the chart can be a magnet. If it's purple, it's automatic. All right? If it's not purple, when it gets to that level, it'll blink, and I can enter by pressing the magnet enter button. So any level on the chart can be a custom magnet. So if I want to trade for the S2, or let's say 22060, looks like price is going to get there, right? You could make that a magnet. So let's put a brand new magnet strategy on, all right? Right click the chart, click strategies, double click magnet. This area right here looks like, hey, maybe that's a magnet. So let's type in the magnet, 22060, custom level, 22060, right? 0.00 probably not required. We've got a one position trade, 3 ticks away from the magnet. We can leave all that alone. 20 tick stop, apply it, okay it. When we enable it, we're going to get an order at the magnet. You don't want to use the order at the magnet though, right? You want to enter before you get to the magnet. So what you might want to do, and we will keep updating the software so it automates more of this, you might want to draw a line at the 22060, which is pretty easy to do. You just create a horizontal line at 22060, all right? And that's your magnet. This thick line is our order, okay? If you want the trade to take place automatically, put it on automatic. And that's how you choose any entry to be an automatic magnet. If you want to do it manually, just leave it off, all right? When I'm using custom, I would be extra careful. Turn off the direction you don't want to trade, okay? Our fill should be 22065 and a quarter. That looks about right to me, 22065 and a quarter, okay? That's how you use the custom magnet. Now, we're not going to sit around and watch it. It's easy. Let me just look at the strategy and make sure I didn't forget anything that I wanted to tell everybody. I think magnets, I showed you 3 magnets, fantastic. They all work today, every one that I chose. Every day is not going to be a perfect day, all right? You can use 2 targets, 2 positions, right? Multi-contracts, whatever you want to do. It's very easy. Any questions? So here's the deal, all right? All the ins and outs, appointment-based trading, we've got a trial for you, but it ends today. If you're not a member and you want to be a member, you can learn about everything we do, the software, the daily market movers, okay? The pro trade room, you're welcome to come in the room. The trap trade strategy, how we do our special reversals, all right? Everything's included. All our classes that we're doing in the trade room for a full month are included in the trial. Any news earnings that we have, any family money trades, anything we do in the trade room is included. You can get access to the software, everything that we do. All right? All the elements that I explained at the beginning of the webinar. The only catch is this expires tonight at midnight. www.gopro25.com. It'll bring you to our Happy New Year page. $20.25 to take the trial. Okay? $20.25. If you've taken 2 or more trials previously, we will not allow the trial. I'm telling you now. We have what we call trial abusers, okay? Because we're so nice. We've had people that just don't stop taking trials. You can't do it. We're not allowing it. All right? So if you've taken more than 1 trial, don't take the trial. Just send us a note and we'll send you the link to sign up. All right? You're going to learn a lot and you have a really good opportunity to make money with us if you do this the right way. www.gopro25.com. Our member success is our report card. This has been a long webinar. I can show you a trade that one of our members made $10,000 in his prop account. I'm not showing trades today, and I'll tell you why. Some webinars I show dozens and dozens of trades. This trade today, I'll tell you what, show 1 trade so you believe me. This webinar is geared towards teaching you all something, showing you how the magnets work. For anybody that's a member, they now know how to do the magnets. This was one of our members trading Cisco in his Apex account. 4 contracts, Cisco earnings, and he made a very, very nice profit on this trade when it was over. He was over $1,000, okay? That's not my trade. That's a member trade. Our member success is our report card. That's our report card. All you got to do is go to www.gopro25.com. It ends tonight, okay? Expires tonight at midnight. Anybody that signed up for this webinar will get an opportunity to get the recording. I'll make sure it gets emailed, okay? Any other questions? This was a very nice webinar, all right? Any other questions? I don't see any other questions. I'm happy to answer them. I hope you found this meaningful and useful. And if you're not a member, we would love if you take the trial, okay? Come and join us for a month, a full month, and see what we do and learn about what we do, all right? Okay, everybody, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the trade room tomorrow. Take care.